Hello there and welcome to Cooking with Bessemer. On today's show we've got some fabulous recipes for you and we're going to show you some awesome cookware. Plus we're going to offer you deals that are unheard of. There are hundreds of dollars to be saved on the most wonderful range of cookware that's made right here in Australia and has been so since the early 60s. If you're not familiar with the name, it's because you haven't seen it in the stores. Bessemer is distributed via in-home demonstration and we have one of those demonstrators with us today. Teresa, how are you?
Good, David. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the show. Nice to have you here.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
You happy?
Yes.
What are you going to cook for us today?
I'm cooking a pasta dish called Pasta Al Presto, which just means quick pasta in Italian.
Okay.
And I'm going to cook it in the 37cm deep baking dish.
It's a big dish you got there.
It's very big. It's very good for a big family though. So if you've got a big family, it's a good pot to cook in. Yeah.
Bit of an entertainer's pan as well, I would have thought. Now tell us a little bit about the recipe that you're going to do, how you might do it conventionally, and how you've translated it to Bessemer and what the advantages are.
Well, this is pretty much one pot cooking, so it's all mixed in the pot and it's all cooked, and actually in this particular pot it can be served in as well. So unlike your normal pasta where you'd have to cook your pasta and cook other things and then add it together, we're going to start with just throwing everything in. So what I'm going to do, 3 tablespoons of oil is all you need in this recipe.
Okay.
And you throw the oil in and we're going to just put some, just let that cool down a little bit, because as you can see, Bessemer really retains the heat. Even with a small hot plate, it distributes the heat very, very evenly, and that's a really good heat conductor.
Okay, I'll just pop it there for you.
Put the onion in.
Okay. Now, all of these recipes are available on the website, so if there's something that you're really interested in, log on to bessemer.com.au. But best of all, and I think it is best, isn't it, if you have a demonstration in your own home.
Fantastic.
You get one of you guys across to show you exactly how the cookware works.
Well, this is actually a very popular recipe at demonstrations because people love to see quick, easy recipes, and that's what we try and promote in Bessemer.
And that's the thing about the Pasta Al Presto, is it's all in one pan. You're not boiling the pasta, you're not making the sauces in another pan and then combining it in another pan. No,
David, everything gets thrown in. I've just put some peas in there. I've got some chopped potatoes that you throw in there as well. And you can, instead of using potatoes, you can also use pumpkin. So it's pretty much a recipe where you can add anything you like. You don't have to stick to these ingredients.
Okay.
And because it's all cooked in the pan, it's all very nutritional. So all your vitamins stay inside the pan. And what's very impressive, I find, is that the actual pasta is not pre-cooked. This is raw pasta, and I'm going to throw that.
That's one of the time-consuming things, isn't it, really, when you're going to do a pasta dish like that, is that you've got to pre-boil the pasta, etc., but straight on in there. And I guess the theory is something to do with the lid and the fact that it creates that oven effect, how not everything evaporates.
That's right. I'll just add the tomato in and I'll just show you what happens with the lid. You throw the tomato in as well, and I'm just going to give that a quick stir. Okay. And once the lid goes on, it actually works like an oven.
It looks fantastic. It's so colourful, isn't it?
It sure is. So you just pop the lid on.
Okay. There you go.
And actually, I forgot one thing. I forgot the wine.
Oh, you can't forget the wine.
You can't have a pasta dish without half a cup of white wine, which is, it gives a really nice taste.
Once the boozy pasta.
That's right. Once you put the lid on, the lid has a steam control vent. So if you open the vent, that dries out the moisture, and if you close the vent, it keeps the moisture inside. With this particular dish, we're going to leave it open so it'll dry out, and a bit like an absorption method of cooking rice, and that'll dry out the moisture, and the pasta takes about 20-25 minutes to cook, so it's very quick.
Everything in the one pan is 20-25 minutes.
That's right.
So if you came home, you know, from a busy life and you were hungry, and you wanted something yummy and, you know, full of vitamins and nutrition and so forth, then this would be perfect, wouldn't it?
It's fantastic, especially if you've got young kids and you need to take them places after school. You can start this before you pick them up, and then when you get home, dinner's on the table, so it's very easy. And actually, I forgot to put some chicken stock as well. We need to put some chicken stock in there.
All right. You want to give that a bit of a stir?
And just a little bit of salt and pepper. And once the lid's on, you just don't have to stir it anymore. You just put some, we're going to add some water as well.
Now, how long have you been doing this, Teresa? Been involved with Bessemer?
I've been doing Bessemer for 18 years, and I have a real passion for cooking now because I'm using this cookware. I think it's just a completely different way of cooking, and you learn to appreciate good cooking when you use Bessemer, I find.
18 years.
18 years.
You must have started when you were 10.
I think I was 20 actually when I started, so yeah.
So Bessemer keeps you young as well.
Keeps you young, keeps you looking good because we cook with good cookware that is very healthy cooking for us, yeah.
Now, you've got a passion for the cookware, and I presume that comes back from your customers as well. Like, when you get a customer, do they keep coming back for more and more pieces of Bessemer? Well,
the thing is, David, once you buy a piece of Bessemer cookware, you can't actually go back to anything else because it is a completely different way of cooking, and no other cookware does what Bessemer does. So,
is that mainly because of the lid?
The fact that it retains the heat, a lot of the cooking is done on top of the stove. Lids are nice and high, so you can actually use this as a big baking dish on top of the stove to cook chickens, and I mean, you can fit quite a few chickens in there, and you can do a leg of lamb, or you can do a whole turkey. It's very versatile, and this particular piece is one of my favourites because it's got the handle on both sides. So when you've got a big family, you can actually take that straight to the table, and you can serve out of it, and you know, it keeps warm for quite some time.
Because they're good looking too, aren't they?
Oh, they are.
They come with a couple of colours.
Very attractive looking
yeah. Look, because of the fact that you're using that oven effect, I want to show everyone at home a cutaway of how Bessemer is manufactured. Now, I guess the secret really is the fact that it's cast, you've got a nice thick base, and you've got nice thick walls, but the fact that the lid is cast as well and holds in all of that heat is just tremendous. It must be tremendous for you in your demonstrations and just in your home cooking yourself.
Well, that's why it's so impressive when people do have demonstrations in their home, because if I was to explain to you how this is cooked, you wouldn't believe me. You know, and unless you actually see it being, you know, demonstrated in your home, then that's what people, you know, think, wow, this is pretty amazing, and that's what sells the product.
And is it a droll old time when you go into people's homes and demonstrate? I bet you do.
I could tell you a lot of stories, but we haven't got that.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's quite fun.
And so you just let that sit, and then, hey presto, in 20 minutes it's all done.
Just let that for 20 minutes normally, and this sort of cookware works on any type of hot plate. So whether you've got gas or electric, they all work the same, and because of the good heat conduction.
However, if you came to my home and demonstrated this to me, and I had a different kind of a hot plate, you know, because I'm sure people at home are looking at this and going, well, you know, that's electric, but I've got gas, and, you know, will it work for me? But that's the beauty of you coming to their home, isn't
that's
it?
Right,
showing them that it works in any environment.
And it's a fun way to sell as well, and when you invite your friends, we have a really good time. We've actually got one already cooked, which looks fantastic. As you can see, it's all cooked through. And I've added some pumpkin into this one. I thought just to give it a bit of colour, I've put some pumpkin and the same peas, potatoes. But look how lovely that looks, and you can just serve it onto a plate.
So the cooking retains the vitamins and the minerals and the nutrients and also the colour.
That's right, all in the pot. And the good thing is that you can use whatever vegetables your family like. You don't have to stick to these ingredients. And I'm just going to sprinkle some parmesan cheese over the top. And there you go, presto.
That looks right. Let me pop it over here, and everyone at home can look at the finished product. In the pot, 20-25 minutes later, that's what you'll be serving. Looks just tremendous. Teresa, thanks very much. You're going to stay with me and be back in a moment?
Yes, I will.
Great. We'll see you really soon.